Hey guys, this week's video is dedicated to all our brothers and sisters in the land of Israel. It was so nice to see so many of you Lag BaOmer. It was a beautiful, beautiful time. Less than 2 weeks to Shavuot, so come join us, hear the 10 Commandments, come celebrate with us. Can't wait to see you. How does the world view the Jew? It's on many of our minds these days, isn't it? Negative headline after negative headline, worrisome trends. How does the world view the Jew? This week's Torah portion, Bechukosai, we get a little insight. God tells the Jewish people, I will remember my covenant with Jacob and with Isaac, and my covenant with Abraham I will remember. And Rashi, the foremost commentary on the Torah, asks, how come God uses the term remember with Abraham and Jacob, but not with Isaac? And he brings the medrash that says that the ashes of Isaac are always before God's eyes. No remembering necessary. And this refers to the binding of Isaac, Akedat Yitzchak, when Isaac was willing to sacrifice himself as a sacrifice to God. And while at the last moment, he switched for a ram, God always remembers that self-sacrifice of Isaac. No remembering necessary. And I read a beautiful idea I want to share with you. Abraham was the paragon of chesed, the virtue of kindness. He embodied this virtue. It was legendary. The tent with all four sides openings, the hospitality. And this virtue of kindness was passed on to the Jewish nation, his children. There's no more charitable nation in the world than the Jewish people. Look at all the welfare institutions in the community. Look at all the old age homes, the schools. It's everywhere. Does the world recognize this? Or do they still view the Jew as a Shylock, as the money-hungry, grubbing Jew? It took the Oxford Dictionary, it took them years to change the definition of Jew from this money-hungry, crafty Jew. And when the nations of the world say, oh, but they only give to their own. Really? They say in Yiddish, halavai. Look at every hospital, look at every museum, look at every art institution around town. Right? Look at all the names on the walls. They say in Yiddish, halavai. And God says, the nations of the world will not recognize your charity, your kindness. Don't worry, I will remember. What about Jacob? Jacob was a paragon of scholarship, of Torah. He spent 22 years studying in the yeshiva of Shem and Aver. That's how he became known as the people of the book. That virtue was passed on to the Jewish nation. A nation of education, of scholastic accomplishments, of Torah study. There's no more time in the world that more people are learning Torah than right now. The accessibility to it. And academic achievements. There are a tiny percentage of the world that are Jews. Outshines the rest. Do the nations of the world recognize us as scholars? Do they recognize those achievements because as Jews? Einstein said, if my theory of relativity is proven right, Germany will claim me as their citizen. France will declare me as a citizen of the world. If it's proven untrue, France will say I'm a German, and Germany will say I am a Jew. God says, do not worry. I remember your Torah study. I remember your scholastics. What about Isaac? Isaac represents the martyr. The world will never let us forget. No remembering necessary. That the world remembers. That they remind us of every single day. The martyr, that we'll remember. We'll make sure you don't forget. That's what they tell us. We'll make sure that the Jew doesn't forget. No remembering necessary. And yet, with all of that, we remain the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not as victims. We stand proud. We pass on to our children. Don't feel victimized, God forbid. Feel victorious. Feel proud. Stand tall. You are charitable. You are generous. You are wise. And you are willing to self-sacrifice for God. That is what we pass on to our children. Proud Jews, stand tall. Shabbat Shalom.